you want to see the absolute chaos we have been looking at, and we're going to tell you all about it, because on Saturday, Carlo's own Willie Mullins and his son, jockey Patrick, brought home a dream-worthy victory at the Grand National.
It was absolutely amazing. Fresh from celebrations and ahead of their homecoming tonight, we are joined by Patrick and Willie Mullins. Good morning to you both. Good morning, Willie. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. A day to remember, a day I'll never forget anyhow.
Is that Nick Rockett behind us, there we see, with all the crew?
That's Knickers, as we call him in the yard. Bring him forward.
Knickers.
That's his nickname. Knickers, that's his nickname, yeah. Nick Rockett and Katie Wharton leading him up. So Katie's been looking after him, done a wonderful job.
Now, just before we went live, we had Ruby Walsh fixing the camera. We had Patrick, I think, sweeping the yard. Everyone sweeping. So you got everyone involved to get you looking spick and span.
No time for celebrating.
No, you're all back to work straight away, Willie.
Don't be talking about time. My clock is wrong, as you can see. So someone will probably write in about that.
Willie, listen, you won, you had first, second and third in the Grand National, an iconic race. But for you in particular, to see your son winning, your interview after, it was an incredibly emotional day for you.
Hugely. I mean, it's like, to put it in context, it'd be like a manager putting his son on in an All-Ireland to score the All-Ireland winning goal, or, you know, the FA Cup, something like that. So that's the way I felt about it. And, you know, as it was unfolding over the last two fences, I thought, you think of things like, you know, I'd love both my parents to have been there, people that would have loved the day. And indeed, Patrick said to me afterwards, he was thinking of his pal, Ronan Lawler, who was killed when he was 21 off a horse. And they were great pals all their life, you know. So they're the sort of things that flood into your mind, not the actual celebration. Like for 20 minutes after the race, I didn't realise our horses had finished third and fifth and seventh. I just knew that we were 1-2, and after that, everything just, you know, just became a blank. I just sort of completely broke down with the emotion of it all.
It's kind of fascinating to think of all the things that are going through your mind that we mightn't be thinking, of course we're not thinking of, as you're watching, you know, your horse and your son compete in this race, especially thinking of your parents and ones that have gone before. But I suppose the interesting thing about this, Willie, is that your son, is Patrick there? He's
Patrick.
There he is. Come on, Patrick, come forward to us.
He's holding Knickers there. Let go of Knickers, Patrick, for a second.
But you're always looking for a horse that suits Patrick, because Patrick, you're like one of the tallest jockeys around. Is that right, Willie?
Yes, I mean, Patrick will be over 6'1". So, you know, looking at him coming up through life, I was thinking, would he ever make a jockey the size of him? Because his natural weight should be about a fit 14 stone even. And but with his commitment to the game, he's watched his diet, watched everything, and he made an excellent rider. And then for a race like the Grand National, there's probably about 4 horses every year that he can do the weight on. And if we're lucky enough to train one of those 4, there's a chance he might get on it. Whereas last year, Paul Townend rode I Am Maximus, but this year it was different. And Nick Rockett became free at 11 stone 11, was it? 11 stone 8, which was just inside Patrick's sort of weight that he can do. And, you know, so it was a shot in a million in his career to get a horse that good in the race that he could ride in. You know, so when we go back over our careers, from the time you're that sort of height, you know, the first race we all watch in our world and the racing world is the Grand National. And you think you want to win the Grand National. And I'm thinking Patrick's going to have so few chances. I mean, to get him a ride in the Grand National is a huge honour, and any jockey will tell you to even finish the course there, never mind win it, to finish the course is like riding about 10 winners. You know, it's such a difficult thing to do, and then to actually ride a winner.
It was it was incredible. Patrick, you know, I know you grew up reading about the Grand National, dreaming of riding in a Grand National. For you, we just watched a clip there. You came over that second last fence. It put you into a brilliant position. You're on the inside rail. What was it like coming up the hill on the closing straight?
It took a very long time. I was in front much sooner than I wanted to be. And it just took forever to get over the line in front. I was waiting for someone to come past me, some shadows up here on my outside, and and ruined the dream. But luckily, we got over the line in front.
And it was Paul Townend, a good friend of yours as well, on I Am Maximus. You were neck and neck at one stage. What were you thinking then?
Yeah, it was. I knew it was Paul, and then I thought I heard in the commentator kind of came into my consciousness saying "Meeting of the Waters," which my cousin Danny was riding. I was thinking, not fecking Danny coming to beat me anyway. But no, it was just. I didn't even celebrate crossing the line. You know, it was just. I just smiled. It was just pure happiness, to be honest.
What about all those poor jockeys years ago being like, nah, you're over 5'7", not a hope, and you're getting on a horse, and you going 6'1", looking down on literally every jockey that we have in the country. That must be something else, is it?
Sure it is. Look, sure, I know when I started riding, I thought I'd maybe ride till I was 20 or 21, and you know, we managed to keep it going, but. I think Willie does most of the hard work. I get to do the nice stuff.
Willie, you mentioned about you wished your parents were there for it. Let's talk about Nick Rockett there as well, and tell us how important it would have been for Sadie Andrew and what it would have meant to her, such an iconic race and such an iconic win.
Yes, I haven't met Sadie for probably 60 years. We had made our first communions together in Goresbridge after school. And then they moved away and she emigrated to England, got married. And I just happened to meet her one day at the sales in England. And we got chatting, talking about back in school, back in the day. And next thing she rang, she said to her husband, look, I want to have a horse in training with Willie, let's buy one. And then about a year later, Sadie rang me and asked me, could I get the horse ready for for Stuart's 60th birthday party, which was in about 6 weeks' time. And in the meantime, I mean, I thought Sadie was a very healthy-looking woman, the same as anyone is, and went and had a health check, and lo and behold, it came back with very bad results. And she lived for 9 weeks, I think, after the health check. You know, very sad, very unbelievable. So it just shows us all, you know, your health is your wealth. Yeah. And then for the horse to go on and do what he's done, and her name is still on the race card, which I think is fabulous, as, you know, part owner along with her husband, Stuart.
Yeah, God rest her. God rest her.
Absolutely. Willie, your team, I know you won Manager of the Year last year at the Sports Awards. We saw everybody shoveling, sweeping the yard there to make it look spick and span. They're all standing behind you. I mean, how important is having a strong team to be able to, as you say, have a 1, 2, 3, 5, 7 at a race like the Grand National?
You know, we've got a fabulous team. I suppose like any trainer in the country, we've got the one great thing I love about our team is we've nearly got 50-50 men, women, girls, boys, whatever, you know, male, female. Which I think is huge. So, you know, girls in this job think they're not as strong, but they have different qualities with the horses. And I love that, the fact that we have that sort of divide between us. And Manager of the Year, yes, yeah. People say, well, how can you be Manager of the Year when you have horses? They can't talk back to you, but I get plenty of talk back from all my staff, and most of it they're probably right all the time. And that's the sort of I let them do the work. I try and give them the ability to think themselves and to tell me about the horses. Yeah. How they feel about the horses and what they feel about the horses is quite important to me, rather than me coming in and telling them what to do. They actually tell me, and we put it all together, and it happens, and it's happening well so far. It's
gorgeous. We're just seeing knickers behind you. They're mad for roads, just mad to get out. Patrick, most people bring their parents to tears when they're teenagers and sneaking out and staying out until 4 o'clock in the morning and doing all sorts of things. Your father was so beautifully emotional after you won that race, for the whole team as well, that I think it kind of touched a nerve with everyone here at home watching it. It must have been very special for you, for your dad, and everything that you've achieved together.
Sure it was. Sure, look, sure. I suppose every son wants to make their father proud. So, look, it would have been nice to have my grandparents there, but it was great. My mother was there, my father was there, Sarah Rose, my girlfriend was there, and it was a day that will live very long in the memory.
It was absolutely incredible, and the scenes after it were just so special. Congratulations to you both. Patrick, the celebrations are gonna kick off tonight, are they?
Oh, they've been kicking off the last few nights. There's a few sore heads here this morning.
I think we're only at half time at this stage. So.
You're at half time.
There's a homecoming in Carlow, I think, tonight. Yeah.
Well deserved to you both, to everybody in the yard. It was absolutely incredible, and to see a father and son like that just at the world level. Congratulations on such an iconic race. Patrick and Willie Mullins. And everybody
And
in the yard
everyone
today.
there.
Yeah, thank you so much. And of course to Nicky Rockett, the star of the show. Come on up, Nicky.
Come on up, Nicky. Oh, she's going through us.
Unbelievable.
He's
Unbelievable.
here enjoying himself. He's come out of the race very well. We're very happy with him.
Oh, brilliant.
It's
Thank
amazing.
you so much.
Willie, thanks so much. And thanks to everybody this morning for setting that up. Really appreciate it. What a day.
Yeah,
What a
Ruby
day.
Walsh being the cameraman. Did not expect that. Thank you so much,
All
guys.
the best, guys. Cheers. Thank you.